Hello everybody and welcome back here to Adobe Live. I'm your host Claudia and I'm here with you for challenge number 4 of the Daily Creative Challenge in Adobe Illustrator. We're going to be here having fun, 30 minutes sharpening your skills and techniques in Adobe Illustrator. And if that's your first time using Illustrator, don't worry, those streams are absolutely fine for beginners, intermediate, and pro. Those are a great way to learn new skills and techniques, but also to initiate a new wonderful project. And as I said, my name is Claudia. I'm going to be with you during the Creative Challenge, and I'm streaming from Manchester, UK. And also, I want to know where you're watching from. And the best way to let me know and communicate with me is to jump on behance.net/live or b.net/live. And from there, you can chat with me, ask me questions, and we can enjoy this time together during the live. In fact, let me jump into the chat and see who is already here with us. So let me go ahead and say hi to Arturo Luna. Nice to see you. Katarina, Wade, Murangoa, Steve, ciao. And Randall, let me see, scroll back in the chat. Colby, nice to see you. Hello again. Lovely to see you. Let's see, Carol in the house. Lisa, fantastic. Let me know if that's your first time. If not, welcome back. And of course, let me know where you're watching from. We know Colby is from Tampa, Florida. Katarina, you almost missed the stream. No, don't worry. We're gonna have fun. We're just about to get started right now. And in fact, let's jump into my computer right now. So from here, we can go ahead and see the wonderful landing page for our challenges. As you probably already know, we already started with 3 different challenges. Don't worry if that's your first challenge. Every challenge is completely independent. Today, we're going to be working on creating a wallpaper for your mobile, how to design and illustrate your very own phone wallpaper. So you can click on Get Started in order to access the file that I've created for you, which is available to get started. You can copy it into your work and it will be copied into your cloud documents, or simply click on the challenge and from there download and you'll be able to open the file. Also, it's very important to click on the big blue button on top of the chat in order to be reminded of the upcoming challenges. And last but not least, the other second part of our challenge is our wonderful Discord. So Discord is a place where we can share the work. As you can see, those are all the wonderful work that we created during these posts in the past. If we click on the challenge channel, you'll see all the different text. That was a 3D text that we created yesterday, some stickers for Instagram. Lots of Instagram going on today. Fantastic. So it's time to get started. I'm going to show you how to share your work here on Discord in just a moment. But for now, I will invite everybody to go ahead and join the Discord channel in order to embrace this wonderful community, get your feedback, get your question answers by the wonderful community. There are at the moment nearly 2,000 people live on Discord. So go ahead and join our bit.ly/AI Discord, and from there you'll be transported into our international community filled with students, professional, and of course designer. Sirusa, hello from is saying hello, and then we have Debbie Prasad saying hello from India. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce any names. Murangoa is saying, Claudia, I'm from Rwanda and it's 8:33 p.m. A country of 1,000 hills. Oh, that's very sweet. I am in the UK, so it's 7:35 here, so we're actually really close. Adnan is saying hi from Pakistan. Beautiful. Let's jump now into Illustrator. Hopefully everybody has opened their file by now. If not, remember, all you have to do is to head to your page, to the landing page, in order to get started and download the file. I'm now gonna go ahead and open the file myself, and as usual, I want to show you a little bit of a preview of what we're gonna be working on, just to get everybody excited about this challenge. So I just want to make sure that I open the correct challenge here on my computer before I change to my screen. The magic of the live. Here it is. It's opening up. So in the meantime, while the file opens up, I'm just going to go back and jump into my screen, and here it is. So This challenge today not only has a started file, but while I was, working and creating this wallpaper, because that's the actual wallpaper that we're going to be creating together, I started to feel like, but I really want to show what does it look like on a phone. So I wanted to create a mock-up. And I thought, if I want a mock-up, I'm sure everybody wants a mock-up. So you'll get the chance to get your mock-up as well, because you're watching this stream. All you have to do is to head to my link to LinkedIn, to my Instagram, and if you can see, I put here a post already today about today's challenge, and by clicking on the link 3, you'll be able to access many different freebies, but in particular the free mockup. So with the free mockup, you'll have access to the mockup and you can really take your work to the next level that we're going to be creating. But as I say, let's go back and let's start by creating this wonderful wallpaper together, because time is running. So I hope you all get excited about this. That's going to be quite fun. And the most important thing, once we get started here we go. That's how the artboard should look like for everybody. If you head to the layers panel, you'll see that we have a layer that is called artwork. That's where we're going to be designing our artwork. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to make sure that we all can see it nice and neatly. Then we have a color palette, and then we have instructions. So your file, once you've downloaded, should look just like that. All you have to do is to click on the little eye icon in order to make these disappear. And the reason why I place it there, I think is important always to understand the size of the file that we're working with. And our artboard today is 640 by 960 pixels. Again, those are the recommended size in order to make sure that our illustration looks nice and sharp, where we're going to use it for our wallpaper. Fantastic. Ned is saying, thank you for sharing the mockup with us. It's my pleasure. I mean, I created for myself. I was excited about it, and I thought if I want it, I'm sure everybody wants it. So it's out there. That's the beauty of participating to this stream. We always learn, have fun, and we do a ton of things together here at Adobe Live. As I say all the time, I'm going to repeat it today as well. This is a fantastic, safe space to learn together. And let's get started. What I'm going to do here is to click on the eye icon to hide the visibility of the layer. And from there, we have access to the color palette. Make sure to leave that open, and also to click on the lock icon. So if you see a little lock there, you want to click on it in order to unlock. By unlocking the layer, you'll be able now to edit and select your different swatches. Now, I want to show you something really cool that I haven't done before. So if you head to your libraries panel, and by the way, if the libraries panel or any panel that I mentioned does not show in your workspace, all you have to do is to head to the window menu. The window menu is like the home of all the panels. So you head there and you'll find any panel that I mentioned. In particulars, I just mentioned the libraries panel, and here it is. Libraries panel is there. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the create new library in order to create a new library, and I'm going to call it phone wallpaper. You can call it whatever you want. But what I wanted to show you here, once we click on create, is that we can actually go ahead and use this artwork here in order to use the fill color. So for example, if I go ahead and select this graphic, making sure that everything is ungrouped. Again, in order to ungroup a graphic, you can use the shortcut Shift Control G or Shift Command G, depending if you're working on a Mac or on a window machine. Once you ungroup your graphic, you can go ahead, and as you can see, the fill color is already set to red because the shape is set to red. So you can choose either if you just want the color or the graphic. In this case, I just want the color. So I'm gonna go ahead and select fill color, and now the color is right there added to our library, just like that. And that will allow you to not only, oh sorry, just spotted that my laptop is about to die. We need to make sure that that doesn't happen during the live. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick. Here it is. Fantastic. So I was saying the beauty of using your Creative Cloud library is that you can not only go ahead and then reference these colors. So, once I place my little color palettes here, all I have to do is then go ahead and hide the color palette layers, so I can just simply work, but all the colors are still stored. But you can also share it. So if you're working with other people, your friends really like your work, all you have to do here is to invite anybody that has access to the Creative Cloud in order to share the color and the color palette, so you can work with the same project. And that's fantastic if you're working in teams, or maybe just your friends want to use exactly the same colors because they think they're super cool. Right, so let's get started. Today, I was gonna go ahead and give you a little trick in order to draw something very quickly. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is to go ahead and click on the pencil tool from the toolbar. You can also access the pencil tool by pressing the letter N on your keyboard. If by any chance you have a little sign like that doesn't allow you to do anything, that's because you are in a layer that is either hidden or locked. So make sure to head on the artwork layer and make sure that the layer is showing and that is not locked. And as you can see, we can start drawing now. The color doesn't really matter. All I want is to make sure that the color is on the stroke. So again, we're going to have the color here on the stroke panel. And what I'm going to do is to, and it doesn't really matter the color either, so you can draw in whatever color you prefer. But what I'm going to do here is to start to create a little wave in order to have that little rainbow. And as you can see, my line that I created was a little bit, it wasn't that smooth. So how did it magically got turned into smooth? I'm going to do it again so you can see it. So as you see, my line is not, it's all like, it's got edges and is not very straight. So, but once I release, it's all nice and smooth. Well, all you have to do here is to double click on your pencil tool and make sure that the fidelity is set to smooth. In this case, Illustrator will automatically make the your lines much smoother. Otherwise, if you keep it to accurate, I'm just gonna show you real quick, it's gonna retain all the little issue that you have, which is fantastic if you're going for a like hand-drawn look. That's where you want to be. But if you want to quickly have Illustrator helping you, double click on the pencil tool and select smooth in order to make sure that your lines are much smoother. And I'm just going to draw that again real quick, and as you can see, is nice and smooth. Now that I've created my two lines, how do I create some perfect dividers so I create that rainbow effect that I showed you at the beginning? Well, all you have to do is to go ahead and select, click and drag in order to select your strokes and your line. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into the blend tool. Now, we used the blend tool in the past before very often in order to create colors or with the text. And I'm going to show you a way in which you can use it with paths. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the path on the blend tool, which is right here on the toolbar, and then click on the first path. And then click on the second one. As you can see, there is a little plus. So that's showing that those are the two elements that you are about to blend. So click on the second stroke and we have a stroke in the middle. Now, how do we multiply that to create the rainbow effect? All you have to do is to double click on the tool and select the blend option, spacing. In this case, we're going to move from smooth color to specified steps. And you can go ahead and start to choose as many steps as you want. And those are going to be equally divided between the two selection. So it's going to be blended equally in the specific steps that you selected. Here we go. In particular, I selected 4 steps. Once you're ready and you're happy with it, just simply click on OK. And what I'm going to be doing here is also make sure that I click and drag one of the corner of the bounding box to make the entire blend a little bit bigger. So I'm sure that it covers the entire area, just like so. But as you can see now, once I select, I'm only able to select the first and the second, as this is kind of an effect that Illustrator has created for us. And as we seen yesterday, how do we resolve the access to specific effects in order to edit them? Well, all we have to do is to expand these appearances effect. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select the blend. And then I'm going to go under object and make sure that we expand. So first of all, we are expanding the object, fill and stroke. So all this appearance is going to be expanded. And as you can see now, we are going to be able to select each single line individually, which is exactly what we wanted. Now, all we have to do is to make sure that we create a section within each single different line of the rainbow. And also we can do that at the same time, create a background color. If you don't remember the size of the artboard, you can always go back into your instruction, and we see that it was 640 by 960. Or you can use the option Shift O in order to access the artboard tool, and then click on the return key in order to access the artboard options. And from there, real quick, you'll be able also to notice the width and the height, which are 640 by 960. Now, let's hope that I remember that. I'm dyslexic and I'm very bad with number, so I'll probably forget it. Make sure that you click on the rectangle tool from the toolbar. All simply press the letter M on your keyboard in order to quickly access the rectangle tool, and click once you see intersected here at the corner of your artboard. Then all we have to do is to make sure that we have the right size. I believe it's 640 by 960. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully I got it right. And you'll see that automatically we'll have a rectangle that covers exactly the edges of our artboard. Now all we're left to do is to click and drag the artboard, and in order to click and drag over the artboard, the rectangle that we selected, and also the path that we have selected before. And then you have two different options. You can either go to the properties panel and from here select intersect from our Pathfinder. I probably got it wrong. I think it's divide, the correct one. Yeah. So all you have to do is to click on the three dots from the Pathfinder options and see more options. And the one that we want is to divide. So we're actually going to split all the paths that intersect. And as you can see right now, we have actually created a section, which is exactly what we wanted right here. And we have also have access to these different sections. So now all we're left to do is to perhaps go back into our libraries. I think I forgot to bring in also the color of the background, and we can start to apply a color to our different areas. So I'm going to start by the rectangle. Now, as you can see, once I select one element, everything turns green because everything is selected. So you have two options, either to double click in order to access the isolation mode, or you can also select the white arrow and then go to group selection tool, and it will allow you to select individual parts of the group. So in this case, make sure to go ahead and select your fill color from your fill and stroke control here at the bottom of the toolbar. And then all you have to do is to head to the colors that you have added in your library, and you can very quickly start to apply all the colors that you have added here prior. So here we go. It looks like we have one extra color. That's completely fine. We can also perhaps maybe just simply actually leave it white, or use the the letter I on your keyboard in order to bring up the eyedropper tool, and you can pick any other color that you want. So you can actually apply any other color that you selected. But I was kind of liking the white, and it looks like I'm going to keep the white. Right, so in literally, 10 minutes, we created a rainbow. All the lines are smooth. Everything is looking nice. It's now time to add the little star. So how do we create the stars? There are different ways in which you can do that. So under the rectangle tool, you can click and hold, and then you can access the star tool and click and drag, and here it is. And you can add and remove points and corners simply by using the top and bottom arrow from your keyboard. So that's one option, to have a star. Or to create something a little bit more illustrated, what we can do is to go ahead and select the rectangle tool and click in order to create a square by holding the shift key in order to keep all the side proportionally. So from the rectangle, we create a square, and with our rectangle, square selected, let's go to Effect, Distort and Transform, and Pucker and Bloat. And we're going to drag the cursor and the slider towards pucker. And as you can see, we have these like star, sort of like cartoon like, which I really, really like. So from here, you can also go ahead and change the different size by clicking and dragging the corner of the bounding box, just like so. And remember, hold the shift key in order to keep the proportion, otherwise you will distort it. And by the way, as you can see now, we have still the anchor point which reflect the square. As we did before, in order to access this shape, once we created such a transformation of appearance, again, object, expand appearance, and boom, here it is. Now the anchor points will reflect the actual shape. And all you're left to do here is to create the size of the actual star that you like, and then simply hold the Option key while you click and drag in order to create different copies. And here we are creating our lovely stars, which by the way have a sort of a pink outline. I haven't done that on purpose, but I think it looks pretty. And if you wonder how you do it, all you have to do is to select the stroke from the fill and stroke control, just like so. And then you can go ahead, you can click and hover and rotate them. And again, hold the shift key in order to reposition it, and you can add as many stars as you like. Now, something else that I did to create the effect that I wanted is also to add some little dots, which are simple circles, and you can access the ellipse tool to create circles by pressing the letter L on your keyboard. So go ahead and press the letter L and all the shift key in order to create those little dots, which are like stars, but they're like not shining stars. You know, you get some stars shine and some don't shine. So that's what I did there. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to change and remove our stroke. So I'm gonna go ahead and select none, and this will remove the white, the purple stroke from our stars, and will give a little bit more of depth and diversity within our little stars as well. So you can go ahead and keep going. I know we have just a few minutes left. I really want to show you how to save these different option. I'm going to go ahead and again, use the option key, or as well as you wish, you can press Command C or Control C on a Windows in order to copy, and then Control V or Command V on a Mac in order to paste. And you can create as many stars as you want. And here they are. All you'll have to do is now to distribute them around your design. And I will recommend also to go ahead and perhaps spend a little bit more time to create a few more. And you can also, you know, create a few and then just simply copy the entire group of the stars. And an easy way of working when you're working with such a tiny elements is to really zoom in. And you can, if you have a laptop, you can just simply use your trackpad as you do on your phone, just literally to pinch out. And by doing so, you'll be able to zoom in, and I would strongly recommend to look at your details. And by doing so, also notice that we have all this purple stroke here that I don't really want. So again, select it, and then let's head back to our stroke control and select none. So we just want some of those stars to have the purple stroke and the rest to be without stroke, just like so. And it looks like we're done. All we're left to do now is to export our wallpaper for our phone and for our maybe iPad, for whatever you wish. You can use this wallpaper for whatever you like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just duplicate a little bit more of stars, just like so. And once you're ready to export, all you have to do is to use the shortcut option Command E. Remember, this is the correct way of exporting because we're exporting for screen. So this is a way of exporting artwork in RGB 72 dpi, and all we're left to do is to make sure that we select the correct artboard, and you can deselect the one that you don't want. Then select a destination folder, choose it from your machine. I'm going to go ahead into my desktop. You can actually add a profile. This is going to be challenge number 4. So all you have to do now, all we're left to do is to select export artboard. And here it is, our challenge number 4 for our phone. It's done. So now let's head back into Discord. And if you missed it before, just real quick, a quick shout out for you to access Discord, bit.ly/AI Discord. And from there, let's jump back into my screen. Let's jump back into my screen here. And from here, we can go into our Discord and then click on the plus icon. Look at it just right here next to me. Here it is. And from there, we can select upload. And from your machine, you can go ahead and select the image. So here we go. That's the image. That's challenge 04. And click on upload. And now it's there, shared with everybody in the community, ready for your feedback. Don't forget also to share on, I love the rainbow little icon that I'm getting, share on Behance. And I know we have like 60 seconds left, but I must remind everybody that Adobe Max is coming. So go ahead and register. There is a ton of mind-blowing activity. I also have a Q&A on my Instagram. So go ahead and follow me at IamClady on Instagram. You'll have access to a lot of information about Adobe Max. Tomorrow I'm doing a live Q&A, and also you have access to the specific sessions that I'm going to be sharing during Adobe Max, and also the Adobe Live that is going to be here on Adobe Live with me and Karen as well. Don't forget to share your challenges, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow. And one more thing as well, don't forget your freebie. You got a free mockup. So I really want to see that free mock in use on Discord as well, so you can take advantage and have a little bit of a play with Photoshop as well. As usual, it's been a complete pleasure to be with you. I look forward to see you tomorrow for our challenge number 5 before kicking off for Adobe Max, which is next week. max.adobe.com. Go ahead and register. And now go ahead, grab a glass of water, come back. There is more fun today at Adobe Live. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for this time together. Bye.